Hey, good morning, Quantum Life community. I am going live with our new moon energy forecast for the month. This is something that I do in this free group here that you guys have joined this last couple of weeks since Second Sunday, and I welcome all the new members. I like to do my new moon forecast in this group and all the other channelings in my my Jessica Alstrom Quantum Life Tika group. So I wanted to just go live this morning and do this energy forecast because this new moon is really super important for all of us. And I know you're already feeling the brewings of change kind of coming in your lives. You know, obviously we're getting ready for spring, or at least we're trying to. We had snow here in Kansas City this morning after 2 days of 70 degrees, but that kind of mimics our emotional state of being right now. And, you know, it just kind of flows perfectly with what we are growing through and going through. So what does this month look like for us as far as this new moon? Obviously, new moons are about setting intentions and about stepping into the new life that you say you want. And every opportunity, you know, with every Mercury retrograde that went direct this morning, or this morning, hallelujah, things are gonna soften a little bit, but the Aries energy of this new moon is going to actually kind of reinforce your courage. And so this month is about two things. It's about falling madly in love and stepping into divine courage. So those are the two big points about this new Aries new moon energy. It is, you know, opportunities to fall madly in love and, you know, put your heart out there and be super vulnerable and make the changes that you say you've always wanted to make, you know, create the business, you know, do all the things that you have been dreaming about doing. You have this opportunity right now with this Aries fire energy to kind of step into that. But on the other side of having your wildest dreams come true is the act of courage that you have been basically lacking over the last few years. And you're really going to need the courage this month. You're really going to need the courage because the flashbacks of the past, the flashbacks of the fear, the flashbacks of what if things don't work out, you know, what if they don't feel the same, what if the business doesn't work, what if the investment doesn't pay off. That's going to be something that you're going to have to kind of face yourself on the leading edge, which means you're on this edge right now where your past exists and your future exists, and you can feel your future more than ever. You can taste it, you can feel it, you're madly in love with it. But on the flip side is the old fears that are echoing from the past saying, you know, what if this doesn't work, and, you know, what if this doesn't actually exist? So that's kind of where you are right now. You're kind of being pushed and pulled, which the weather kind of mimics that perfectly. It's like extreme cold and extreme warm. So it's like, how are you going to show up this month? And the Aries energy is going to like help the fire come out in you. You know, it's going to leap of faith. It's, you know, it's going to be about just jumping off and seeing what happens once you jump off the cliff, making big changes in your life, taking the leap into a loving partnership, a loving investment, a loving idea, a loving business. That's kind of where we're going as a collective, is more towards loving based partnership, community, sustainability, and what the problem with that is all of this exists, but when we've tried that in the past, it hasn't worked. So we've got that echo and that remembrance of, oh, last time we tried this, it didn't work. Last time I tried to work with people, it didn't work. Last time I tried a relationship, it didn't work. And so you've got that echo from the past, and that's where you really have to say, you know what, this is a new timeline. We're in new energy. We're in a new collective. We've done the work. We've worked through the pain. We've worked through the fear. We're ready to love. We're ready to be present. We're ready to be all of ourselves. We're ready to open our hearts. And so taking that leap of faith is what you're going to be kind of challenged with. You know, I always say that when you set an intention with the universe and you really stand in your truth and you say, this is who I am, the universe says, prove it. So this is where you are right now, is you are going to be asked to prove who you say you are and who you say you're not. So you'll be faced with these little ghosts of the past manifestations to kind of test you. We just taught last week in Tika about how April is the month of the pop quiz, where, you know, it's kind of like you walk in the classroom and the teacher says, okay, pop quiz to see what you've learned up until this point. You can expect that for April. You can expect a bunch of pop quizzes, which means little triggers, little flashbacks, little bumps in the road, little drop in your frequency, little illnesses, little triggers of the past, but what they are is little. So if you can just breathe, stay present, and realize just because your body's flaring up like it's a big thing, your body's just remembering kind of what you've been through, and you've got to be present, and you've got to be in that I am presence to say, this is not a big deal anymore. This is not who I am anymore. This is where we're going. This is how it's going to be. I'm going to be all in, which means that if you literally set the intention for April and ride this Aries energy with an all-in clause, which means whatever shows up is perfect and divine, then the universe will accept your act of courage and double down you. I mean, literally, it will literally like give you tenfold what you courageously step into. You will be rewarded infinitely, because this is the year of infinite abundance. This is the year of the I am, which means that we're really stepping into, first and foremost, a partnership with ourselves. The partnership with ourselves creates the partnership that's loving and prosperous and healing with others, which means do not try to jump into investments, relationships, new businesses, with the hopes that someone is going to bridge the gap for your happiness and your love. You've got to have that bridge gapped completely within. You've got to know who you are. You've got to know what you want. You've got to know where your boundaries are. You've got to know what you don't want anymore. And I would say really get centered with personal boundaries, personal integrity, personal truth within, personal knowing. You know, take everything that we would consider a failure from the past, which I call experience, as a marker to create healthy boundaries in your reality and say, this is who I am and this is who I'm not. And as I move forward, these are going to be my integrity rules and regulations for my well-being and my prosperity. So believe it or not, you're going to actually now be able to take account of all the things that you've ever been through and use them as a place of wisdom and boundaries to move yourself forward and to propel yourself into this future of this I am collective, which is I am abundant, prosperous, free, healthy, safe, all the things that you've always been asking for, because believe it or not, that bridge that is gapped between third dimension and 5 dimension is fourth dimension. And fourth dimension is basically the womb of the universe that's holding everything that you've ever wanted since you were a little tiny child, waiting for you to basically percolate, manifest into your reality so that you can become the state of being that you are vibrating. So remember, the trick that I give my students in Tika and in our university is whenever they come to me with a problem, I break it down quantumly and I say, look, it is only about the frequency and vibration that you are emitting. It isn't about your story. It isn't about what's going on right now. It is not about your current circumstance. It isn't about who didn't love you in the past. It is not about who broke your heart and who took your money and where you are in this moment. It is what vibration do you choose to emit to the frequency from the places of your conscious, subconscious, and unconscious that can find unity, that can activate law of attraction to give you one pure manifestation. And that is really what we're working hardcore on in the Academy this month, is all about purifying our state of being, purifying our point of attraction, and fine-tuning our frequency and vibration so that we are signaling one command to the universe versus 3. Because usually how it works is your conscious mind is the visionary, it's the cheerleader, it's the professional, it's the one who knows who you could become, and so it's pushing and pulling you, and it is setting this intense frequency for the universe. But at the same time, the subconscious, which houses 95% of your vibration, is remembering all of the things from the past, and it too is communicating to law of attraction. So you have 5% of this intense vision communicating to law of attraction, and you have 95% of the past communicating to the law of attraction. So it's very important that you use this month to courageously close the gap between your own frequencies and become one unified field of frequency and vibration, so that you are giving the universe one command. And what that looks like, if you're trying to make sense of what I'm saying, is you have mismatched manifestations. If your subconscious is giving one command and your conscious mind is giving another command, you'll have a manifestation that is very bittersweet. Like I always teach, you get the money, but you get the bill for the amount of money at the same moment. You get the job you want with the coworker from hell. So again, really fine-tuning and closing the gap of your own thinking, feeling, and belief about who you are. The universe does not care what you want. It cares who you say you are at a visceral level, which means your cellular memory is housed and channels through your subconscious, which means your body is cellular magnetic energy, and the magnetic force of your own biochemistry is basically channeling your subconscious, which means that your body is actually what creates manifestation. And we've been doing a lot of lower chakra work in Tika these last couple of weeks, because again, your root and your sacral and your solar plexus is a lot of the old divine masculine control issues that we're purifying right now, because that's where manifestation happens, is in the densified fields of your own biochemistry. See, we visualize it up here, we become the imagination, we move into a state of ecstasy of I am. And now we've got to deliver the message to the bottom chakras in order for it to actually connect as a one unified Kundalini source, so that it can truly manifest in the third dimension, which means most of you have had your hopes and dreams living up here most of your life, and then being let down by what's collectively in your lower chakras. So this is the time when we are, as a collective university here at Tika, we are no longer allowing the separation between ourselves, and we are staying true to ourselves, and we are acting as if, which means behavior has a lot to do with how your manifestations show up. So I kind of want to leave you with that little seedling for the month, and hope that you take something out of this and run with it. If you're interested in more of these teachings, you can join my subscription group, which is Jessica Alstrom Quantum Life Tika. I know that's a mouthful. And that's $22 a month for basically anywhere between 4 and 12 hours of channeled teachings, modalities, and activations per week. Or you can, invest big and join us for our year-long journey, which is a deeper, much deeper work, where we're doing a lot of activations in the DNA and timeline clearing and soul retrievals and soul contracts and things like that. So if any of that resonates with you, jump on my website, www.jessicaalstrom.com, or reach out to Susie Dressel at www.transcendencekc@gmail.com. Actually, it's just transcendence@gmail.com, and say, hey, I want some more information, and she can send you out some information on how to get join the team and be part of what we're doing here. So thank you guys for joining me. Have an amazing, awesome Sunday, and as we dive into spring, don't forget, this month you're going to need insane courage, and you're going to need that big giant heart that has been locked away in a jail cell. You're going to need those two things this month. So enjoy, and I'll see you guys all in the classroom at 9 a.m. for our Academy activation for the IAMs. See you soon.